Call the March 4th, 2025 meeting of the Planning and Zoning Commission in order. Roll call.
Tom Degenhart.
Here.
David Rodas. Mike Brinkley.
Here.
Brad Scarlett. Jerry Nolte.
Here.
Tom Decker. Mark Beggs.
Here.
Randall Morris.
Here.
Well, welcome everybody to the meeting. We have a few housekeeping items that we want to clear up before we get started. So the meeting is recorded, so we want everyone that's going to speak to step up to the podium. When you come to the podium, state your name and your address. That helps the transcriptionist keep straight of who's saying what and when. With that, well, the format of the meeting, you'll come up, we'll introduce the case, staff will give the report, we'll have the applicant step forward and make sure they don't have any questions.
So be it. So this is the proposed subdivision of Arnold Park. Currently, the property sits at roughly 36 acres, zoned agricultural. It's unplatted and has access from 33 Highway and Faith Street. This proposal is to subdivide the 36 acres into 5 lots. All 5 lots will be zoned residential ranchette or R5. They all will include an agricultural land preservation. 2 of the lots will be accessed from Faith Street, which is the cul-de-sac, and that access will be for lots 1 and 2. And then there will be 2 accesses from 33 Highway. Lots 4 and 5 will have a shared access, and lot 3 will have its own standalone. This proposal falls under the rural load density tier of the 2008 comprehensive plan. We received this application before the official adoption of the new comprehensive plan, the 2040 Compass. So we are treating this case and processing this case as under the previous comprehensive plan. What's on your screen right now is the rezoning criteria we go over with any of our rezoning cases. It is also attached to your guys' staff report. Staff believes that this rezoning criteria has been met. This is the surrounding area. The big yellow kind of square there is the subject property. You can see kind of sporadic R5, R1A, and R1 zonings kind of throughout here, and then also some ag zone property as well. Residential zone lots range from anywhere from 3 to 10 acres. So staff feels that this plan is consistent with the surrounding area. Staff has not received any opposition leading up to the planning and zoning meeting. With all of our rezoning cases, we published a case in the newspaper. We post a rezoning sign on the site, and we sent a total of 31 letters to adjoin in and nearby properties. We have not received objections from outside agencies, and they have given their approval. Staff is recommending approval with 3 conditions, which are changes to recording copies of the plat, shared driveway agreement, and a pond inspection. It is also important to note that this case can be approved or denied by this commission and will not be forwarded to the county commission unless there is an appeal. Staff would be happy to answer any questions commissioners may have, and the applicant is present.
Any questions from the commission? Okay, thank you. Is the applicant present? And please step forward and state your name and address for the record.
Thomas Coots. Okay, yeah, this is Thomas Coots at 16815 County Road CC, Holt, Missouri. Yes, I'm the owner of the property along with my wife. And I just think that we've met all the requirements that the county requires to subdivide this. And I just think it'll fit very nicely into the community, the neighborhood that's made up mostly of 3 to 10 acre lots. So that's really all I've got to say. I really appreciate your approval. If you have any questions, I'd be glad to answer those.
Any questions for the commission? And so you're familiar with staff's report and you're in agreement, or do you have any questions on the staff's report?
Not at all. I really appreciate Kip's and the director's work to get this presented to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Are there any general questions regarding the applicant or the application? There being none, anyone that wants to speak in opposition to the application? Okay, there being none, anyone want to speak in support of the application?
Hello, Melanie Dillon, 17209 Brenda Lane. I've read through the application and I'm in support of the application. Mr. Coots has been a good neighbor and I'm on the north side and I don't see any adverse effects to this being completed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm going to close the floor for public comment. Any discussion from the commission? I would entertain a motion at this point. This is for the rezoning.
I move to approve with conditions.
Second.
Okay, vote please.
Mike Brinkley,
Yes.
Jerry Nolte,
Yes.
Tom Degenhart,
Yes.
Randall Morris, and Mark Beggs.
Yes.
Motion carries.
And so the preliminary plat is, there's no separate report for the preliminary plat?
No separate report, and this will be the motion with conditions. The first motion
Right.
was fine, but
Was the rezoning,
this one
correct.
needs to include it.
So we need a motion on the preliminary plat of Arnold Park.
I move to approve.
Second.
Vote please,
And just to clarify, the motion is with the conditions?
with conditions.
To approve with conditions.
Thank you. Vote please.
Mike Brinkley,
Yes.
Jerry Nolte,
Yes.
Tom Degenhart,
Yes.
Randall Morris,
Yes.
Mark Beggs.
Yes.
Motion carries.
The second case for this evening is case number March 25-107F. This is a request for final plat approval for the proposed subdivision of Arnold Park located at approximately 19101 33 Highway. The applicants are Thomas and Sherry Coots. We have a staff report,
Yes, Chairman, I'd like to add the staff report as part of the official record.
so be it.
So this is just the final plat of the previous preliminary and rezoning we just went over. Staff believes that the final plat is compliant with the approved preliminary plat and it meets section 151-3.6D of the 2011 Land Development Code. Again, staff is recommending approval with 3 conditions, and those conditions include changes to recording copies of the plat, shared driveway agreement, and then the pond inspection. Staff would be happy to answer any questions the commissioner may have, and the applicant is present.
Any questions from the commission? Okay, thank you. I have the applicant come forward once again. Please state your name and address for the record.
Again, Thomas Coots at 16815 County Road CC, Holt, Missouri. Too many more additional comments. I mean, I think that I understand the 3 conditions there, so we'll certainly get those complied with.
Okay.
New drawings and new plat.
Okay. So you're in agreement with the staff's report and understand the conditions that you'll have to meet?
I do, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Very good. Thank you. Does anyone have any general questions about the application that they'd like to step forward and ask? There being none, is there anyone that wants to speak in opposition to the application? Okay, there being none, does anyone want to step forward and offer support for the application? Okay, there being none, I'm going to close the floor for public comment. Any questions or discussions from the commission on this application? There being none, I would accept a motion for the final plat.
I move to approve the final plat with 3 conditions.
Second.
Thank you. Vote.
Mike Brinkley,
Yes.
Jerry Nolte,
Yes.
Tom Degenhart,
Yes.
Randall Morris,
Yes.
and Mark Beggs.
Yes.
Motion carries.
So is there any other business that you want to?
I just have some comments to kind of keep the board up on some things we're working on. We're planning on having kind of an open house for the public on the new comp plan, most likely in April, just to give them a chance to come in and ask questions and talk about the comp plan. And then also, we're starting the process of updating the building codes. So the Building Codes Commission is going to start meeting. That doesn't affect this board too much, but their first meeting is scheduled for March 26th. Kind of along the same lines, this does affect this group a little bit. The state and federal government have started the process of updating the floodplain map for Clay County. Now that process is going to take probably 5 or 6 years, but just know that the floodplain is going to change. There will be public meetings associated with that as we get farther into that. I want to let the board know that Cheryl is no longer working for the county, so please, if you have anything for staff, reach out to Shane or myself. And then the last one, I just want to clarify something from the comp plan meeting last month. When we talked about the managed growth area in the cities, I think I made the statement that it would be, the city could veto a project. I think from staff's point of view, if a city objects, then we would weigh that heavily, but I just want to make it clear that there is still a path for the applicant to go, and the city could not veto the project. We didn't public notice that on tonight's agenda, so I don't want to have a discussion about that. If you have questions, feel free to reach out to staff on that. And I think, other than we are planning on having an April meeting, those are my comments.
Yeah, thanks for those clarifications. I know there was some questions over that use of the veto word, I think, last time. So, yeah, appreciate that. With that, I think we're finished. Motion to adjourn. Second? Favor? Okay.
Just bang the
Thank you.
gavel.
And then he called